Okay, welcome back to PJ Talks Talk. I'm PJ, and as promised in the first GT3 driving video, I said I'd take it up a mountain. And today, that's the day. So we're going to head off to Jebel Lafitte, take this up the mountain and down the mountain, and we'll see how we get on.
At the base of the mountain. Now I can't go up here like a rocket ship because there are speed limits, but what I can do is check out the handling of this car properly in a more sort of track orientated environment, if you like. Some very twisty roads up the mountain, a couple of switchbacks, some 90 degrees, but yeah, it's an impressive road, 2 lanes up, 1 lane down, and we'll see how the car gets on. Let's do this. Right at the very base now, very impressive mountain, awesome view. Let's go into track mode, manual. Let's see how we get on. So it's quite a steep incline. Like I said, there's a speed limit, so I'm not going to be going flat out on the straights, that just won't happen. It's more about the cornering with this car. So as a reminder, for those that haven't watched the first video, corners well, 502 brake horsepower, pretty impressive, in a car that weighs 1450 kilos. It's got the double wishbone suspension on the front instead of the McPherson struts, which means it corners like this, which is incredible. Wow, Jesus. That was a really tight corner, and this just ate it up. It's got immense downforce because of the rear wing. I think I read somewhere something like 800 kilos of downforce. Wow, that's so good at cornering. I'll tell you what now, I quite like these bucket seats now because they are really holding me in place. Got a bit of traffic ahead, just slow down for them. Nice to be courteous to everybody else that's on the mountain. Wow, my lord, it just corners. The all-wheel steer is so impressive. I mean, I've got the traction control on, obviously, and I've got the ECS on, because you'd be nuts to take that off. It's like being on a roller coaster. Brakes are fierce. Turning is so nice. It's so nimble, very quick, but also really communicative. You can really feel what that front end is doing, and what it's doing the majority of the time is gripping for dear life. Over straight here to slow down. I don't want to get taken away by the police for speeding. The corners are good though, because the corners you can accelerate out of really well. There's no rear end step out, and I know I've got traction control in, I've got the electronic stability control in, but still, my Jag has all that and it still steps out. That's kind of the yardstick for this car, is my McLaren and my Jag. And I've got to say already, it's outperforming the Jag easily. Ooh, brakes are really good. And the McLaren's super quick up here. It probably feels the same, but I tell you what, the cornering, there's less understeer in this than there is in my McLaren. My McLaren does understeer. Ooh, Jesus. The brakes are so good in this car. The noise as well, coming from that flat 6 4-litre engine with its individual throttle bodies, and it's just sublime rev limit of 9,000 RPM. Just allows you to use all of that rev range. Oh, this is a nice straight piece of road now. The view is absolutely epic from up here. Wow, so far so good, and so far so impressed. I am sweating and the aircon's on. It's not because of the heat. My lord, this car is so quick. You can see why everyone likes it so much on the track. You link these corners together seamlessly. Hard on the brakes, down the gears, tip in. Oh my lord. Brake again, down the gears, round the corner. All-wheel steer kicks in. Front wishbone suspension working well to keep the front planted. So communicative. You can just feel everything that's going on. I mean, I can push a lot harder than I am now, but obviously I won't because I'm on a normal road. But you can easily be pushing a lot harder than I am now. This switchback, this is where the Jag steps out the back end. Whoop! As I said that, the Porsche did the same thing. It's a big test for a car coming up here anyway. Especially with a Porsche with all that extra weight out the back end. The way Porsche managed that with the all-wheel steering and stuff, and just telemetry and the control system and the ECS and the traction control is just super impressive. I've got to buy one of these. Oof. Right, almost at the top. Christ. This car is just super, super impressive. Right, never switch back here. This is a really steep one. This is a really difficult one for the Jag and the McLaren. They're really slow around here. You can feel the traction control kicking in there. Just sounds so lovely, that engine. I'm nowhere near the rev limit, nowhere near it. It just sounds sublime. And when you do get up above 6,000–7,000 RPM, where most cars kind of stop, this just keeps going. It just keeps pulling. It's mental. I mean, it's a GT3, so we knew it was going to be good, but I didn't realise it was going to be this good. And the fact I've got 2 yardsticks of a Jag F-Type with a 550 supercharged engine, and the McLaren was 641 brake horsepower and all its trick active aero, it just goes to show how good not only the horsepower and how it produces it from the engine and puts it onto the road, but also how good the downforce is, and that's a big game changer. It's just wow. You can feel every little bump in the road, you can feel through the steering, which is phenomenal for electric steering. It is immense. This car is immense. Porsche just keep doing it. Porsche just keep knocking them out of the park. Do I sell the McLaren and buy a Porsche GT3? I can't afford to have both. Right, we're at the top. We made it. We made it without hitting the wall, which is always a good thing. I'm a bit speechless. I don't know how people like Chris Harris go around tracks at maximum speed, max attack, and still give, what, a really good detailed journalistic overview of a car. Let's have a look at the view, eh? Seeing as I brought you up here. Unbelievable. Here is top of Jebla Feet. So the view is pretty impressive. Now some days it's really hazy and you can't see a thing, but today it's not bad at all. Check this out. You can pretty much see the whole of the southern half of the lane. Across the other way you can see the training area and the lower man. Stunning. Beautiful, beautiful mountain. They're building what looks like a new hotel up here. So that'd be pretty cool, because the Mercure Hotel, which we're about to go to now for a drink, is a little bit old and dated, but still, you know, nice pint. Right, we'll head down to the hotel, we'll grab a drink, and then we'll head home. You've got to check out the approach to this hotel. It's a bit like arriving at a James Bond's villain's house. So here we go. Mr. Bond, we've been expecting you. It's a tough life living here. Raced a GT3 up the mountain, and now I'm in a hotel, look. Stunning pool. Stunning view. Sometimes I just can't believe this is actually my life. Having grown up in a council estate in Leeds, and now just driven a GT3 up a mountain, and I own a McLaren. It's all a bit bonkers, really. Anyway, got my drink, water, because I'm driving. I'm going to sit here, drink that, enjoy the view, and then we'll head home. Going down the hill, we're going to take it very easy. The amount of people that have crashed on this mountain for driving like absolute lunatics, especially down the mountain. Up the mountain, cars have way more control than down the hill. And people have really come a cropper here. Well, someone was killed in a GT3 not so long back. A friend of mine's friend was killed, which is really sad. So, right, let's try and sum up this experience as we just take it nice and easy down the mountain. McLaren versus GT3, which was better? I am slightly biased because I bought McLaren for a reason, because they are just brutally super quick. But I think the GT3 was better at the mountain, I really do. It's close, but yeah, I can't lie to myself, and I won't lie to you guys either. The GT3 is fundamentally a better car for playing around corners, accelerating out of corners, hard braking into corners. It's just super impressive. It all ties in really well. The McLaren is just amazing fun launching out of corners. It's so quick, it's so fast. It's got 641 brake horsepower, but it does suffer a little bit with understeer, the McLaren. I noticed it more on track, especially on Yaz. It was, really was tending to wash out a little bit the front end. But that's to be expected at the speed I was going into the corners at, I guess. And I'm not a race driver, so I have a moderate level of skill. But yeah, no understeer on this at all. What they've done with that new front splitter is not only make it more aggressive, but way more effective. So it really does plant the front end. Now, I did have a little moment where the back came out a little bit. But the Jag does that in the exact same place, as does the McLaren. So we can forgive the Porsche for that. But it just handles so well. It really is a very planted, very accurate car. Point and squirt and it goes. It's just very progressive, very visceral, and a lot of fun. I really am seriously thinking about buying one of these. The 992 Gen 2 is now out, and I'm not sure whether that's just a facelift or whether they made any more incremental improvements, but knowing the team at Porsche, they just make these things better and better and better every time they rethink it. And you get people that moan and say, it's a Porsche, it's been the same for 80 years or whatever. Well, yeah, if the recipe's good, you don't change it. You don't make your favourite banana cake and then think, I'll chuck an apple in, just to see what it's like with an apple in it. And that's what Porsche have done so well. They've designed a car that's exceptional. In the early years, especially the Turbo S, had a lot of back-end slipping out issues and was called the Widowmaker for a reason. They sorted all that out with electricery and downforce, tyres. I mean, this thing's on Michelin Cup 2 sport tyres, and that's probably one of the reasons why it's got up this mountain so well. But my McLaren and my Jag are both on performance tyres, so that's not a real reason to say this is better than one or better than the other. Well, I guess the only thing left to say as I headed home down the mountain in this sublime Porsche is the GT3 is 100% on the wish list. And hopefully you guys will keep subscribing, keep viewing, and keep hitting the bell so you get more notifications of videos to come. I have the 992 Gen 1 Turbo S coming, so I'm looking forward to reviewing that for you guys as well, and really enjoyed it myself. But yeah, the GT3 is on the wish list. Until that time though, stay safe. See ya.